Welcome everyone to joining Enlightened Group. Can you hear me? Everybody hear me okay? Okay, let's start with the light. Join in the light of divine being. Welcome everyone to joining Enlightened Group. Can you hear me? Everybody hear me okay? Okay. All right, let's go back to joining in the light. We never left it, but let's go back to it anyway. Jesus, what desire would you have us look at for the healing of our mind and a service to the whole? So we were praying about this earlier, and what we heard from Jesus was the desire for control. The desire for control. So Jesus, is this a desire you'd have us look at right now? I heard a yes right away. So we follow the miracle worksheet when we're doing these evening light circles, and he's shown us which desire to look at. So we're going to start right into looking at the relishing of this desire to control. And Jesus, show us what you want us to see, and have us focus and talk with you about this relishing of this desire, and not get sidetracked, into kind of other issues or, discussions or whatever, but just really look deeply with you at the relishing. So let's look at the relishing of the desire for control. He's talking to me about how much I really think I want to be in control and that I can be in control. He's talking about the belief that somehow if I'm in control, I can be happy. I can control for happiness. And how much I relish that.
Oh, I was just noticing that I wanted to say that, yes, I do have this desire. Just noticing there's really a relishing of like tension, holding on to tension.
Yeah, I love thinking I'm in control. I love control. It's like, that's how I get my happiness is, and he's talking about what is control. I think it's like, trying to arrange circumstances and manipulate people to get what I want.
Yeah, it's like I was sitting here, I just finished like a 2-hour joining. So I was sitting here kind of at the beginning of the call feeling really like tired. And so I started asking, oh, would it be helpful for me to even stay on this joining and look at this desire? And it's like I could feel this tension, like Renee brought up. I could feel this tension like building, in my solar plexus at just the idea of trying to figure out, oh, should I stay on the call or shouldn't I stay on the call? And then I saw how the illusion of choice, we try to exercise control through the illusion of choice, and then that illusion of choice creates this tension.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna write that down.
It's funny when I just give up the idea that there's any choice to even be on this call or not, I just like completely relax.
what I've been seeing or what I've been hearing too is my desire to try to out control God. You know, if, okay, God, I can take care of this. I can control this. You can have this, but I've got all this I'll take care of.
I was hearing wanting form to be real. Mm. And also it's like doing, wanting there to be something out there. To keep that sense of doership.
Control through doing. It's talking about how I believe the married believes that I can control for love. If I just can control enough things, then I'll be loved. I can be loved. I can manage it so that I'm loved.
I heard you control to get what you want. And like you know, you think you know what you want, or you think you know what will make you happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was also hearing like that sense of getting through like a manipulation.
What value, Jesus, are we getting out of this desire for control? What I'm hearing is, I think, I believe that control gives me autonomy. I can do my own thing and make my own decisions and choices, run my life my way. That's control.
Yeah, it's like still that tension, and how if nothing changes, I'll be okay. I'm okay now. And if nothing changes, that's the only way that I can continue to it's like the only way. There's no other there's no other way.
Yeah.
And I was seeing that actually in that movie, in the movie we watched, Predestination. Yeah, where he keeps saying, this is the way it's always been. This is the way it's always been. It's like I really relish that. Like that's like keeping control of the situation, in that there's no allowing no change to enter in to it. And that's like safety and the word freedom as well. Freedom.
And what?
Freedom.
Hmm.
Safety, freedom.
And I notice the Mary character, I mean, there's already a recognition that control doesn't give me what I want, but I keep trying to control.
Yeah, here we could go deeper. I just hear giving up control is sacrifice. Seen as a sacrifice.
Getting control is sacrifice.
Giving up control is sacrifice. It's like I feel like I can get simplicity through control. It somehow control offers me simplicity.
There's a part of my mind that wants to fight God for trying to take control away from me.
Were you hearing something, Kathy?
No, I mainly was seeing how fear-based it is, the desire to control. And so it's just, the main motive is a way to stay safe, like you were getting. Uh, I guess right before that, it was like I heard something about like love, like it thinks that it's going to get love through control, but it's actually the opposite.
Jesus, what would you have us see right now regarding relishing this desire for control? What I'm hearing is that it's something I think I have to fight for. I have to fight for control. And if I get control, then, like Kathy was saying, I was hearing earlier, that's what brings me happiness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard it's the beloved. I love it. The concept. It's like concept of love. Everything is just exactly the way I want it. That's happiness.
And I can control for it.
So, Mary, we go deeper.
Well, we could ask Jesus, am I holding or releasing with this desire? I hear they're still holding. And when you say deeper, what I'm hearing is deeper is just more relishing. It's just relishing and relishing and relishing. I love control. It's like I would fall apart if I felt like I didn't have control. Everything would fall apart.
Yeah, the ego wants us to believe that our life would become like a runaway train if we didn't control everything. And it would just end in some big, horrible disaster.
Chaos. And he's also showing me how I love control, thinking I have control over others. Like competition or one-upping or having control over others. Control.
Yeah, I also hear that I am seeking peace through this.
I heard like God is in control, and then I saw how the ego doesn't want God to be in control because it would mean it's certain death. Like God wants to kill us.
Mhm.
And that our desire for control, what's underneath our desire for control, is actually to shut out God.
Mhm. He's talking about control of my mind and how difficult that seems to be to control out picturing and mind wandering and image making and thought. Like it's intractable. I want control, but my mind is like not in control.
Wow. Yeah, I felt that was what you just said, Mary, was pretty profound. And I could just, it's like almost by admitting that, it's like, whoa, I can feel how absolutely out of control the ego actually is.
Mm.
Yeah, I was just sharing with someone today how the more out of control I feel within in my mind, the more I try to control my external environment.
Yeah.
The more in control I feel, the more peaceful I feel, the less I try to control my outer environment.
Mm.
Wow. And that brings me back to the only thing we actually have any control over is what mind we're listening to, what thoughts we're believing.
Yeah, and that, what I'm hearing is that it's a practice in discernment. And we're not used to that. We're not used to watching our minds. We're not used to looking at our desires for experiences. We're not used to looking at beliefs. And I seem to try to avoid that, thinking I'm in control.
Wow. This is going pretty deep. Okay, so I'm seeing that if we could just get our mind right
Mhm.
and exercise the only control we actually have, then the outer picture would just take care of itself. But we can try to control the outer picture because we feel so out of control of the inner picture.
And yeah, and what I'm hearing is that because we feel like our thoughts, our mind is so out of control, we're not exercising, like you were saying, Kathy, the one real choice we have, the way out, and that is to ask for guidance. Okay, Jesus, what do I do here? Okay, what do I say here? And because I don't do that, then I feel out of control. I feel like things are out of control and it gets crazy.
What do you hear for the desire for control? Do you hear that there's clearing, or
Yeah, it feels like it's getting lighter. There's more spaciousness around it. What are you hearing, Kathy?
Oh, not sure yet.
Are you hearing something, Renee?
I was hearing that it's starting to feel clear.
I'm hearing there's a lot more relishing to do, a lot more looking at this, a recognition of how much we love it and how deeply ingrained it is, how deep it is. And I'm hearing how powerful I think my thoughts are to control. Like my thoughts really do control something. Jesus, is there any willingness to see this differently, or is this something we need to look at some more? I'm hearing more looking. Our timer has gone off, so we may look another time, look some more another time. Yeah, I'm just hearing that my part of my mind is like, okay, let's come on, Mary, let's get a miracle going here. Then there's another voice that I'm hearing that's saying there's really such a gift in the looking at this and the recognition of how deep and how subtle the ego works to convince me that if I can control, then I've got it made. That's the way out somehow, control. Anyone else hearing anything in closing from Jesus?
Yeah, I hear just to stay with it and go deeper.
Tomorrow night with Elliot. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening, for looking at this. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you.
Thank you. Was that a donkey I was hearing?
Yes,
Burro?
honey, that was a donkey. We have them all up and down, out back here, all hours of the night and day. Now, they aren't always right out here, but you know, we're right on the lake here, so there's a lot of green grasses and everything, and we have an alleyway just east of us, or east of us here. So, yeah.
The donkey chorus.
The donkey calls. Love you all. Good night.
Love you too. Bye.